I blame myself.
So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yep. Now let's get ready. Switch me on.
Well, that's great. Either I have a monster in my kitchen or I'm completely crazy.
I don't think you're crazy.
That makes me feel so much better. Are you the keymaster?
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
If the ionization rate is constant for all ectoplasmic entities, we could really bust some heads. In a spiritual sense, of course.
What is up, Ghostheads? It's another episode of the Ghostheads radio show. My name is Steady. Joining me as always is one and only Matty B.
Hey, wait, hold on a second.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. All day to be ready for this moment. There you go. Finally.
I almost forgot. That would have been
man.
insane. But I'm glad to be here, boys.
What catastrophic event would have occurred had you not had a can ready to go at the beginning of this stream? How's it going, everybody? Say what's up if you're in the chat. We want to hear from you guys. What are you doing? It's Friday. Joe says Matt needs his beer. Yes, he does. And he did.
Yeah.
And he got it.
I did. It had to happen.
It had to happen, right? Say what's up in the chat. Let us know what you're up to. And we have a great, awesome reveal, I guess, today that we're going to talk about. But first, Maddie, how's your week been, man?
My week has been incredible. Obviously, if you guys followed the Geekcast, as you should, we had a pretty good weekend last weekend. The real Geekcasters went worldwide last weekend. So check out, just go to your Google right now and type in Giancarlo Professor X, and then just watch the magic that unfolded. So I've actually just been hanging out and sort of depressing and, falling back into my normal patterns. And it's been a good, relaxing week, but I'm glad to be back, dude.
It's so good to be back. And can I just say, like, it's Friday now. The event's been over since Sunday, and I think I'm fine. I think I've finally recovered.
Yeah.
Like I'm not tired or anything like that. My voice is back to normal mostly. So it only took 4 days, but I finally feel normal again. That's how crazy last weekend was. We'll do a real quick recap of just like the Ghostbusters team, right? Because this is a Ghostheads radio show. The Ghostbusters of San Antonio had an amazing time last weekend at the superhero car show and Comic-Con. And shout out to the entire crew. The entire San Antonio team was meeting with fans. They have like this large car showroom, but all the cars are just like movie and sort of fancy and like popular cars from your favorite TV shows and whatnot. So there's a beautiful Ecto One on the showroom floor. Our San Antonio team was stationed right next to it. And throw out a number. They probably took 10,000 photos over the entire weekend. And they had a blast doing it, by the way.
If we did an over-under, I'd say maybe 5,000. Over 5,000.
I'll go with that. But shout out to the entire crew because they had an incredible time. We saw hundreds of photos that they were in from like attendees just wanting to get a photo with, the real Ghostbusters. These are real actual Ghostbusters, guys, in real life. You don't know how many times we get those questions like, y'all are really Ghostbusters? Yes. Why else would we be wearing these outfits? We don't do it just for fun.
Why else would we? Like, actually, no. I've never seen it. I have no. I don't know what you're talking about. The worst though. Can we bring this up for everybody in the group? The worst when you dress up as a Ghostbuster. We love all the attention we get. We curate these
Ooh.
uniforms to make people impressed, but how many who you gonna calls are you ever gonna take? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? It's like, okay, well, you know, I want to ban who you gonna call from the acceptable phrases for Ghostbuster cosplayers. If we could just X who you're gonna call out of it altogether, it'd make it much easier for me. I can tell you that.
We'll have a sign. We'll have a sign stationed up anytime we go anywhere that says, "Do not ask us who we're calling. We already know. We are the ones who should be asking you guys who you're
Who
gonna
you're gonna
call."
call?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
not the other way around. And
It's an alpha
also,
move though from the fan. It's an alpha
it's
move.
fantastic. It's fantastic. Also, to celebrate also our new recruits, our two newest
Dude,
recruits.
but you made a good word there. You played it off very good. That is a twoist. That's two new things at the same time. That's
I
twoist.
made up a word.
I like it.
Shout out to our two newest recruits, Scotty and Chris, who
Yeah.
were listen, it's like it's normal to meet people who are fans of Ghostbusters. What's
Yes.
not always normal or very rare is to meet like diehard, lifelong
Oh yeah.
flight suit wearing protac
Protag.
proton pack. That's another word I made up. Proton pack modding SOBs that have
Yeah.
been doing it for years and like never running into them until we meet them at one of our events. And these two guys, they're both great guys. They're both family guys. They're both passionate Ghostbuster fans, and they both Robert says Protac. Yes,
Yeah. That's a
and
new
they
piece. It's we're gonna put that on Etsy. It's gonna be on Thingiverse in a while. You'll be able to print the Protag.
and they both want an outlet not only for Ghostbusters but to make a difference in our community. And I feel like they're gonna fit in right at home. So shout out to our two latest recruits, Scotty and Chris. You guys are amazing. uh they've already been working with us for months, but I
We
feel
knew.
like it's
We
been
knew.
longer than that, yeah, and we
Well, we
knew
knew.
absolutely. Bryce is in the chat saying, "What's up? What's going on?" Bryce, Rudy's in
That's
the
my boy
chat.
Bryce. Bryce,
What up,
have you mounted?
Rudy?
Bryce, tell me in the chat. Have you mounted the pack on your wheelchair yet? Let me know. I want to know where you're at on that because I saw you did like 10 and a half miles pushing your wheelchair around your town the other day because you post that. I saw it. I'm proud of you. But do you have the proton pack mounted on the back? He says, "Yeah, I have." Let's go, Bryce. Let's go, Bryce. Dude, he puts in miles. I couldn't walk 10 miles. And Bryce, I see him because I'm friends with him on Facebook on a personal level, not just business.
Mm.
And he posts his like, I did 10 and a half miles on a wheelchair today. Are you kidding me? I couldn't walk 2 miles. I'd be dead. Bryce, you're a champion.
Bryce is like swole. His arms are like
Dude, Bryce, you see a picture of him on Facebook? He's like shooting arrows and stuff. We need him in the MCU.
he's like, "Have you seen my slime blower tanks? Left and right here, baby." It's a Ghostbuster joke for you Ghostbuster fans
Yeah,
out there. He goes, "Yep, pushed
it's
my
just
wheelchair 9.35 miles the other day. That's amazing." In this
that's
heat?
just
Is
such
this
a huge
outdoors?
accomplishment.
Hopefully, wherever you're at, it's not as hot as
Yeah,
where we're at.
yeah. You couldn't do it in Texas, Bryce. I guarantee you. We'll put money on it. Let's do a charity where you come down and see how far you can push, and then we'll get donations of how far you could go. In Texas, it's gonna take a minute, buddy. I know you're strong as fuck, but
Here we go. Is it time now? Is it time now to talk about the vinyl album?
oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to share over? You got it.
I got it. We're
All right.
ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, those of you who are now watching, you're not allowed to go anywhere, okay? It's Friday. It's time to party.
Yeah.
We're here to get hype. We're going to show you guys something real quick and then we're going to talk about it, but you're not going to want to leave. So whatever you're doing, if you're doing something else, the TV's on in the background, stop the TV or put down the pots and the pans that you're washing or you're cooking food. Put it down, plane it in half. You're going to want to see this. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? All right.
Yeah.
We're going to show you it's a promo video, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards.
But we're going to vibe out for a second. We're going to
We're
vibe out.
Vibe out. We're going
Yeah.
to shut the hell up so you guys can watch this and listen to this,
Yeah.
get hype, and then we'll be right back. Here we go.
Let's vibe out. Let's vibe out, boys. It's so good. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How cool is that, dude?
How about it, folks? Talk about it. Talk about it. How epic is that promo video? Talk about it.
But the epicness doesn't stop. All of the teasers that I've seen from Shapeshift on this release have been some of the coolest things I've ever seen. I remember like really looking for cool stuff. I was a skateboarder when I was young, and I would go into a local skate shop, and like you found your best stickers kind of hidden in the corner. The coolest board was always kind of tucked behind something. That's how I feel when I listen to this, of finding something cool. This is really cool.
This is
And
amazing.
yeah, and the level of marketing that's gone behind it. It's a small company. I spoke with them today, and I said, we have to mention you guys on Ghosthead Radio. What are some things you want to mention? Here, can I just read this to you?
Please. That's what we're here
All
for.
right. So in 3, 2, supercharged by the raw emotion of New York City, an ancient evil is rising to conquer the Big Apple. In the 1989 slime-soaked sequel to Ghostbusters, our boys in beige must do battle with the scourge of Carpathia, the sorrow of Moldavia, and the one and only Vigo the Carpathian. Ghostbusters 2 was expertly scored by Randy Edelman, covering every mood and vibe from fun to tenderness, all the way to pure tension and horror. It's an amazing score that is powerfully paired with its majestic 80s pop soundtrack, featured artists like Bobby Brown, Glenn Frey, and Run DMC. It was the absolute perfect combo of tracks for Shapeshift Records to transform into a 16-bit soundtrack for the ultimate Ghostbusters 2 video game that never existed. We proudly present River of Slime. So the deluxe set is out. So disc 1, can we do a screen share? Can we show the Instagram page here of the aesthetics
Absolutely.
of this item? It is a collector item. It's got Slimer Green and also the pink slime, the mood slime. So you get a little bit of GB1 and GB2. The cover art is incredible. Look at the cover art. I mean, come on. It is awesome. this is going into my collection. And so it looks like the releases of these will actually be at the first quarter of 2023. What else do we hear that was coming
Oh
first
my
quarter of
god.
2023? Is that when the HasLab packs are supposed to drop? Or right around then?
March is the what they told us. Let's see if it still
Yeah.
holds true.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see if it holds. But if you want a cool gift for your Ghostbusting fan in your life, just pre-order this now for $35. You get it $5 cheaper than when it comes into physical. It'll be $40. But throw that little proof of purchase into a stocking here on Christmas, and then a couple of months later, they'll get this awesome addition to their not only vinyl collection but Ghostbusters collection. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a vinyl guy. I have a pretty large vinyl selection that isn't also displayed here, but that's a record player right there. I plan on getting this and playing it in full and having fun with it, but then also putting it on display, having it part of my memorabilia moving forward. It's just so well put together.
Bunch of comments in the chat. Let's go back and see a few of them.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Where do we leave off? Dear Lord.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Bryce,
we haven't done a
Bryce
proper
says
ghost heads in a while.
we haven't. Bryce
Yeah.
says I'll push from South Dakota to Texas if the price is right.
Yeah.
Robert Kremer says we're here on a Friday night. We're not going anywhere. Rob says I'm at Target and hanging out with you tonight. Robert says hold on to your butts. This is gonna be great. Hassan on YouTube says cool. Bryce says mother puss bucket. Rudy says I need it. Robert says that is the best description. It's the comic book someone tried to hide in the newsstand.
Yeah.
Rob says I was watching GB2 today. If you've never seen the fan edit with the deleted scenes, you need to. Ooh. I feel like I have, but now I'm trying to remember what they were. Bryce says I finally got my hands on some methylcellulose powder, so I'm gonna be making some movie accurate slime. Sounds like a Friday night well spent. And Brett says 16-bit badassness. Absolutely, sir. I might even play that again. Man, when you were doing the description right after you said Vigo the Carpathian, you started too fast. I was gonna say, didn't they also call him Vigo the Butch?
But hey, it is what it is, buddy. I mean, I was trying my best to not get too excited. I'm like, I really don't nerd out too much. I know it's weird because I do a lot of nerdy news, but this is something that I'm like smitten over. This project I'm smitten on, and it tickles me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that I'm definitely, I've already pre-ordered mine. I encourage anyone to hop on there and grab this. It's such a cool thing to just add, and it's cheap, dude. It's $35.
There you go.
And it's like they're not gonna make it again, so may as well grab it, and you'll have it right in time for your HasLab pack. You know what I'm saying? It's a good mix.
Like you just have it playing while you're like unboxing it for the first time. Doesn't that sound very nice? Terry's in the chat. Terry says, "Back off, man. He's a scientist."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And speaking of which, guess who are we sponsored by today, Ted? Do we have a sponsor?
I mean, we could call ourselves sponsors, if you will, since everything.
We show the merch. Look at the real Geek Casters, dude.
They showed up a few days later than we wanted to.
You see the Mooglies backwards? It's on this side with his ass out. It's hilarious, dude. The real Geek Casters.
There you go.
Sponsored by the Countdown City Geek Store.
Because we make asses of ourselves. There you go. You see that? That's why it's there.
That's what I was born to do. I came out ass first.
Bryce says, you don't nerd out too much. I'm calling BS, Matt. He's calling you out, sir. You calling you out.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm the guy who dropped $20 on a Yoda no ghost patch. Yeah, I guess I do nerd out a bit. What am I even gonna? I don't even know what to do with this. Who wants this? Actually, whoever puts the most stars in the chat today, I'm going to send this off to you. This is a Yoda no ghost. It's very good quality. Whoever puts the most stars in the chat, I'm going to send this off to you. Oh yeah, it's a patch. Iron on, but you can also stitch it in.
Holy cow.
It's very well done. I'll put a pic of it up later. Whoever puts the most stars in on Facebook, we're sending this out.
Make sure you get approval from your chapter leaders before purchasing, because we don't want to get you in any trouble if you're not
Yeah.
allowed to put random patches of Ghost Yodas on your flight suit. Check with your chapter leaders before purchasing.
Yeah, you don't want to go against the handbook. Neat,
No,
tidy uniform is pretty much rule number one. So,
pretty much. Pretty much. Bryce says, I'm not worthy. Lame Wayne's World reference. We get it, bro.
we get it, bro.
We get it. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. Say hello. We were discussing the River of Slime, the vinyl GB2 cover album by the Shapeshift Records. The deluxe set comes fully decked out, Mood Slime Pink and Slimer Green. Includes 12-inch, 24-inch fold-out poster that captures all the glorious nostalgia of your childhood bedroom memories, Kenner toys, retro video games, and Ecto Cooler.
Yeah,
Let's see
and
here.
dude, it's just cool. When you look at the pictures of this thing, it's worth $35. I honestly, I'm kind of strapping down a little bit. I've been spending a lot of money recently. We just left the con and all that, and I still was like, well, I mean, I can drop to 35. I've been buckling down, but this is super cool. Look at the art; it's just incredible.
I can maximize that. There you go.
I don't want to S their D too much. I only have so much storage space in my SD, but I this is something that I'm really interested in, and I love these guys. And I talked to them today. They were very receptive. They were happy about the show, and they, give them some love. So go over there and get something. And if you don't, I know who you are, dude. So don't act like I don't know who you are.
I kind of want to watch the video again. Just call me lame, but like,
Yeah,
obviously, and we all agree, I'm sure, the Ghostbusters theme song, we all love it. Yes. We also know that it's not like the hardest
yeah,
song out of everything.
yeah.
That probably goes to On Our
On our
Own by
own.
Bobby. But for me, like a very, very close second is
Yeah.
Flip City.
I
If it's
love Flip City. Yeah.
it's like the bass line is so cool. Do do
Oh
do do
yeah,
do do do, and which I've
dude.
heard that
Flip
somewhere
City
before.
knocks. Flip City is a slap.
Flip City is absolutely a slap, and I would also say it's also the drum beat too. I feel like, and don't say I said this, and like it's actually very close to Andre 3000's Hey Ya, where it's like kick snare kick kick snare kick snare kick snare.
Yeah,
So I'm not saying Andre borrowed it from this, but they're nearly identical in tempo, also in pattern. So I
yeah.
would say he maybe garnered some inspiration from it. Either way, Flip City's like, it slaps so hard. It's a very close favorite of mine across the first two albums. It's probably like Bobby Brown's On Her Own 1, and then Flip City's 1A. Like, that's how close it is for me. I could jam out to Flip City all damn day.
Me too. I literally, it's one of my top songs. And that's why when I bought and that's why we're here, the Franken Gang group. Thank you to everyone who joined back over to this page from there. But that's one of the first things I noticed when I installed my Franken Geek kit into my Spirit Pack was the focus on the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. It's one of the best soundtracks of any movie ever. I mean, Will Smith did some damn good ones. Don't get me wrong. We've had a lot of really cool party tracks on soundtracks before, but Ghostbusters 2 top to bottom, if you're out doing trick or treat with your kids outside the house and you don't know what to play in the Bluetooth to keep it Halloweeny, you can literally just start on the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack, hit play from top to bottom, and you're going to get a really good vibe throughout the evening on that. So, sorry to rant again. I'm just a nerd. I really love Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. I do. It's my favorite.
I see, Rob. We'll get right to that. But first, one more time, the Flip City promo video, the 16-bit version for The River of Slime, the 16-bit album cover for Ghostbusters 2 by Shapeshift
We
Records.
gotta end the segment on it again. I mean, we have to show this again. Genius marketing and great art. Dude, it's so cool. It's so cool. I mean, it's so cool. I mean,
Amazing.
we gotta end. I could talk about this all night. We got to end on that because I can't watch it again. It's so cool. I can't watch
Absolutely.
it again on a live stream. You know what I'm saying? I might have to be off camera to watch it again.
No, that'd be the last time we watch it there. Also, listen, if I mean, if you're still like wondering, should I get it now? Should I wait? Whatever, like that. They're also doing a giveaway. So if you pre-order, again, it's only $35 if you pre-order the album. I think you are entered for a chance to win a Ghostbusters Spirit Halloween Deluxe Proton Pack.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun,
It's one of the
dun-dun-dun.
coolest movements for Ghostheads I've seen in a while from just sort of a out there brand who wanted to do something cool and put the guys together to get it done, and they did. And the execution is great, and they're doing giveaways. It's like the perfect scenario. All Ghostheads should be all over this.
Ah, I see. So there's two stipulations. You must pre-order the River of Slime, and you must also pick up a copy of Gotham '89, which is the 16-bit album for Batman '89. So
Woo!
if you were looking for another reason to spend some money on some vinyl albums, pick up the two. You'll be automatically entered, and yeah, that's the way that's gonna
So that's
go.
basically a 16-bit Prince album.
89. So yeah, definitely. It's probably that. It's also the theme by Danny Elfman. It's probably a few of the themes that they have in
Yeah,
that one.
it's probably more of a the movie soundtrack as opposed to the commercial release soundtrack, which is basically just a Prince album. Um,
I don't
that's
know if
probably
it's depressing or sad that like I'm willing to drop some money for a 16-bit version of a GB2 video game. Like
dead.
this
It's so
the
sick.
fact that we've never gotten a game that sort of just I
Yeah.
don't know simplistic and yet also like kind of fun is a little depressing,
And
like
why
we
don't
don't
they
ask
get
for a
that
lot.
for sure? And Ted, this is something. Maybe this is a deeper convo we can start on, but pick up later. But why aren't these like 8-bit and 16-bit type games more readily available as an app in the app store of Apple or whatever? If you're the head or CEO of one of these companies that own the rights to these games, why haven't you done sort of a Apple Store release, a Google Play release of some of these older games? You can make a killing, even if you charge $39.99 for an updated version of like the Ghostbusters 2 game we never got.
Yep,
I would drop it tomorrow.
absolutely. Let's see here. Terry says I rotate GBCDs in my van. Awesome, like you should.
Yeah.
Bryce says looks like we're gonna have to put a little overtime in this one.
That's probably true. That's probably
That's
true,
awesome.
Bryce. It's probably true.
Terry's having a blast. Terry loves the video. She says this is so cool. And Rob says, I need this 9-bit song as my ringtone so I can hear it all the time. Hey, I'm with you. Listen,
Yeah.
I love me Flip City, and like this version slaps hard, as the
It's so
kids say
good.
these days. And Terry also says, I love how they honor the Twin Towers there. Yes, it's so awesome.
They do a
So
great
cool.
job all together. It's awesome.
So for everybody who's just catching up or they're just joining in, we've been gushing over the Spaceshift Records 16-bit Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack cover album
It's a
titled
mouthful.
titled "The River of Slime."
It's a mouthful, huh?
Titled "The River of Slime." Yeah, it's amazing. The art's amazing. It's not just it's they could have really like not spent a whole lot of effort going into these versions of the songs, but like there's a lot put into it. You're still getting like various instruments that are being covered in the 16-bit sort of rendering, and it sounds so good. I'm gonna grab mine as well. I hope you guys, if you get the chance, you pick it up as well. Where do you go? You might be asking. Spaceshiftrecords.com. And if you need any more help, it's in the chat. It's pinned to the chat, so now it might be at the top. But also, like, just go over to Instagram and go to Space Shift Vinyl, and you can check out all the pictures of it. Check out all the promo videos. There's actually more promo videos. We could spend all night
Yeah, dude.
watching the promo videos because they're so good. But we'll say how awesome it is, and we'll let you guys do that on your own time. Also, shout out to Rob, who's reminding me that we have an event this Sunday, Sci-Fi Fest over at Rolling Oaks Mall. If you would like to catch the Ghostbusters of San Antonio in action, meet us at Rolling Oaks Mall. Rolling Oaks is 604 Northeast, and I want to say Judson? Nacogdoches. 1604 Northeast and Nacogdoches, way out there,
Yeah.
northeast side of town. If you it's actually maybe about a half mile to a mile west of Highway 35. So that's kind of telling you where it's at, that far northeast. But we'll be at Rolling Oaks Mall Sunday between 1 and 3 p.m. Come and see us. What do you get? Well, you get a bunch of kooky, crazy guys like this, and you get to talk about Ghostbusters with us and all the crew that's going to be there. We'll be taking photos, talking with folks. You know, Matt likes to dance, so there might be some dancing involved.
Hey, no, but
It's just what he does.
I'm not a big dancer.
That's a lie, and you know it, sir.
There's no part of me that likes to dance. Not even a little bit. I don't know what you're talking about.
We have video evidence on our
Oh
TikTok
yeah,
page.
yeah.
You can't deny it, sir. You can't deny it.
Speaking of our TikTok page, go follow us at Countdown City Geeks. We just broke crazy news, and you're our best fans. Everyone who's tuned in right now, I can honestly look in the digital eyeballs and say, you guys are awesome. Go follow our TikTok page, please. It would help me out a ton, and I would just really freaking appreciate it. You know?
Absolutely. Go check us out on TikTok, Countdown to the Geeks. And what Matt's referring to is the event we were at last weekend. We talked about it on our stream on Tuesday. Had the honor and the opportunity to what's it called, to moderate some panels, and we had some pretty big names on there. Ross Marquand, who's from the Walking Dead show. He also played Red Skull on Infinity War and Endgame. Also interviewed Brandon Routh, the Man of Steel, who also plays Ray Palmer in the Arrowverse.
That was
And
a
then the
great
big,
interview. He opened up quite a bit. You
yeah,
were
and
going
I
to get to
knew
the big one, but Brandon Routh was a great interview too. You
Brandon
did a good
Routh is
job
a
doing that one.
fantastic interview. You know what? I just thought about it. I should have told him to his face. Is if there's ever like a new Ghostbusters franchise and they need sort of like a level-headed guy, maybe kind of the brains of the operation.
If I
Brandon
wasn't
Routh is
available, yeah,
if you're not available,
if I wasn't available,
he's only slightly more handsome than you.
yeah.
Only
No,
slightly, not by a lot. Only slightly. I'm being honest here.
okay.
Brandon Routh would be fantastic because he also told us like he really likes comedies. He wants to be in more comedies. And so I think like let's put it out into the universe. That'll be a reference for later. Let's put it out into the universe. Any future Ghostbuster franchise film, any future film needs Brandon Routh in it. He needs to be a Ghostbuster. I could totally see him as like a sort of Egon figure for the group. I think that'd be totally dope.
Yeah, because he could pull off the nerdy, cool vibe. He could definitely do that. And that's what's kind of required in playing the type of Clark Kent he had to play in where he was in his life at the time, is sort of that nerdy but super cool guy at the same time. I think he would do a great Egon. I didn't even think about that, Ted.
I didn't
Brandon
think about
Routh
it till
as
right now.
I was like, that's a great call, Ted.
He's
Just from the clouds.
and he's so humble. He's so down to earth. He's like arguably the nicest guy we've ever met or interviewed.
Yeah.
Arguably, we've met some really nice guys. We've interviewed Ernie Hudson, for crying out loud.
I think
Like
Giancarlo Esposito is kind of
those
nice.
guys are right up there. All these guys are like stand up human beings. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how we get so lucky sometimes, but
Yeah.
we also got the great opportunity of moderating a panel for Giancarlo Esposito, who we all know as Gus Fring on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's also on The Boys, and he's also Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian. Well, he dropped some huge news, and we'll kind of quickly go over this. But he dropped some huge news. I had this idea in my head to ask him a question about not who he's talking about playing with Marvel. You can't ask silly questions like that.
Yeah.
But who does he want to play? Like, who is he passionate about playing? And he gave a really long speech about like what it means to be a hero, the hero's journey, all that good stuff. And at the very end,
this is also important to note. He talked about George Lucas, and he was going into the fact that this is a hero's journey, and we want to bring those things back into being a hero. He started off this rant you're going to hear in a moment with setting up his own hero's tale, if you will. And I think that he was putting things into the universe that he wanted to get out of the universe. And he was literally speaking things into existence live on stage at the superhero car show and Comic-Con. On the secondary stage, let's be honest about it. This wasn't the main arena where like a lot of panels are held. This is on a secondary stage. It's Giancarlo's first experience of going on to the panel for this Comic-Con, and he's getting up there with Ted, and what unfolds from here is history. It's history. It's the underdog coming back to win.
that was a great cue right there. I'm like 10 seconds from being ready though.
I was trying to time it right.
I know you did such a great
I
job.
thought I had it, dude. I was building momentum. Let me put on my radio voice.
Here we go. We ready now?
Yeah, let's go.
I think we're ready now.
So, I have not worked for Marvel yet. I've been in a room with them and talked to them. And to answer your question, I think what they do is on the lines of that mythological journey that Joe Campbell talked about, who happened to be a friend of George Lucas, that George Lucas put into his stories. They do the same thing. It is our dream and intention to save the world, our environment, to save the world from greedy corporations, to uplift the world and have leadership that thinks about us for the people, by the people, which means that those future leaders are in this room right now.
Amen.
Right? And so we want to inspire each other. We want to lift each other up, because what happens when that happens is then we actually do have a vision and a dream for a new world. Then we can actually start to reverse all the things that we have destroyed that will choke us if we don't change how we move through this universe. So, there's the talk of Magneto. There's the talk of Dr. Freeze.
Oh my.
There has been talk of, who else are they talking about over there?
Dr.
Doom.
Victor Von Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
And there is Professor X.
Pick one.
Pick one. I'll go for something that is a little bit different.
Ooh.
I'm going to go and put it out in the universe that it is Professor X.
Steady.
There it is.
Ed Kaluga.
There it
Broke
is.
The news. We broke the internet. And that's how far this group has brought us. That's how far our fans have brought us. You guys, each and every time we log on to the stream, are the inspiration for what led us into that weekend, Ted. If you could talk about days leading into that convention and our preparation and what we were willing to do.
I I'm not exaggerating when I said I didn't get any sleep all week. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. I probably got like 5 hours of sleep a night because I was asked to do 10 panels, um, like at the beginning of the week. I knew I was gonna do panels. I wasn't exactly sure who was gonna be in those. I knew it's like who was possible, but like the final schedule came out the Sunday before, so I had from Sunday to Thursday to just like figure out how I'm gonna have all these discussions. So just just say like put in a lot of work. I put in hours of research for each panel guest, and Esposito Giancarlo was just like one of the ones I needed to make sure I spent quality time with and asked the right questions. This was the right question, and he answered it so eloquently, and it was just it blew up the room. Everybody went into like kind of a frenzy and went into cheering and stuff. As did I. I'm still trying to keep my composure on stage, but the video cuts off. The thing that I said right afterwards was I said you heard it here first. Just like that. You heard it here first. I told Matt, I said for that 45-minute panel, we were the center of the geek universe. Nothing bigger was happening in the world than what was happening
Yeah.
on that stage. And to put it plainly, like it was number one on Twitter in the entertainment section, number 8 overall as far as trending topics goes, covered by every major pop culture site, covered by some large media corporations, Yahoo, for example, AV Club. So it
IGN.
was IGN. It was an absolute honor to talk to him, to entertain the attendees of the event. It's something that I don't know. It's just I absolutely enjoyed it. I would do it again. I would hope for some more sleep the next time I do this. But it was great because I got to share this experience with Matt, with my son, who are both with me, with the Ghostbusters San Antonio. Our entire team was there. Some of them were in attendance when this happened, and then we all celebrated. We threw the first ever um, Comic Con after party,
Yeah.
and we had it at the, you guys already know, the Kung Fu Saloon, which has the only Ghostbusters speakeasy in the country. In the country, we had
Yeah.
a great time. The house was packed. We were kicking back, Stay Puff Marshmallow, old fashions.
Oof, the Stay Puff Old Fashioned is just it's a good old fashioned. The bartender mixes great drinks. You get the orange slice, but there's a roasted marshmallow on top on a toothpick, and you get the Stay Puffed Old Fashioned. We christened in two new members into the Ghostbusters of San Antonio. It's huge. We wanted these guys in from the time we met them. I saw the guy. I was Scott Eagle has probably the greatest, most accurate pack that I have ever seen in person. I've never seen one so accurate to weight. It weighs about 40 pounds. It's a, I'm sorry, I'm going into it,
Yeah,
but it's incredible.
you're fine. You're fine. Which, according to Ernie Hudson, is like um on screen accurate. Like he
Yeah.
said, those packs they wore, the real ones, not the real ones, but the heavy ones, not the toy ones, were 45 pounds. So this is, and they were like made of wood and everything else, and metal and all that. So yeah, Scott's pack is around there. And if that's not crazy enough, when we're doing day long events, hour long events, Scott never takes it off.
Never. I saw him.
Never.
We were at the Comic Con, and I'm going to watch the Ewan McGregor Rupert friend panel, and so I have to cut through the Cars show area to get over to the Freeman Coliseum. So I'm going over that way, and I'm walking past the Ecto one, and Scott is there the day after the unofficial official after party for the Comic Con. So I mean, maybe there were some drinks had, maybe there wasn't. He was there bright and early the next day and just sweating bullets. And I'm walking by. I had just bought a bottle of water. We had free ones that we could have got as press, but I went and just bought it. I wanted a cold one with my popcorn. And I'm walking by, and he's sweating bullets. I'm like, "You need some water?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Here you go." And I just handed it over, dude, because I was like, "You look like you freaking need this." But he is a Ghostbuster from head to toe. The craziest thing about Scott, we're going to have him on the show. We're going to talk about him. He had never been to a Comic Con in his life. He had never been a part of the geek world or culture, and has curated probably one of the best screen accurate Ghostbuster cosplays I have ever seen. So we're gonna have to get him on.
Speaking of Scotty, my ears must have been burning. I can't believe you all are talking about me. Why can't you believe it? Why
Scott,
can't you?
you're the best, Scott. If everybody, if you're into Ghostbusters, follow Scott Eagle right now. Everybody in the chat, go follow Scott Eagle. He has a sick setup. Nice rig.
We didn't meet Scott before the King William parade, right?
No shit.
He
I think we met Scott. The first time I ever met Scott was probably at the Uvalde event at the Ghostbusters Speakeasy. I think that's the first time I met Scott. He came out to that event, and I had food poisoning at the time. I felt bad. I couldn't really interact with too many people. I was very down and out, but we had to do a show, and I was like, just trying to keep my focus on that. And that's the first time I met Scott. I think was at the Uvalde event that we did at Kung Fu.
that's how you know that that's how you know that this is all fate, because there's no way Scott would have survived the grueling pace that was the King William parade with that 45-pound pack on. I would have told him, like, dude, just get in the
No,
car.
no,
If
he
you
would
can
have.
catch up to it.
Honestly, that's another thing we'll do. Next time we have a parade, if Scott's really down for it, we'll see how long he can carry that thing. We have to get $1 per mile or something. $100 a mile, because there's no way Scott can carry that thing that far. I'm telling you, there's just no way.
we were
It's
we were like super marching, like, I'm not trying to make any
yeah,
political statements or anything, but you know how, like, you watch those videos from, like, other countries when they're
yeah,
doing their, like, military parades, and they're, like, marching like 3 times as fast as we do in anything. It
yeah,
was like that speed, but it was for like 3 miles. It was supposed to be like a 45-minute parade, right, or something like that. No, it's supposed to be like an hour and a half
yeah.
parade, and I feel
Stretched
like
out to about 2 hours. Yeah, at
yeah.
least.
We were near sprinting, and I kid you not, it felt like that. We were almost jogging pace in our flight suits with our
Yeah.
packs on, because somebody at the front of the line thought, like, "Hey, let's put all the high school kids in the marching band first, and we'll make everybody follow them at their speed." It's like, "No. What are
Oh,
you talking about? They're a fraction. They're a fraction of
oh,
the age
Robert
of
Cribber
everybody
coming in
else.
with the reference. Robert
Just some
Cribber coming in
dudes."
with the reference. Just some dudes. We're just some dudes that like to dress up. Robert bought one of our shirts too, by the way. Shout out to Robert, who donated to the cause. We only had 3 sales though, Robert. So maybe reach out to some of your friends and see if they like the shirt. Maybe you can help us out. I don't know.
Ooh, you know what? You started something, Matt, because you mentioned the patch that you were gonna give out after today's show
That's this one
for
right here.
for the highest stars donation.
It's a Yoda Moogly patch. This is a great quality patch. It does have the iron on the back, but you can just stitch over that if you want. But this is an incredible quality patch here. Whoever gives the most stars on Facebook. So if you're on YouTube, open up another window. It's really simple. Hop over and donate the stars. Whoever gives the most stars today is going to get this. This is sick.
Here's what I was gonna get at. Rudy, shout out to Rudy. He dropped 100 stars already earlier on the stream.
Yeah.
And now Brett's in the running. He also dropped 100 stars. So now we got a
There we
tie for
go.
first place. and I feel like you've started something that's going to get out of hand pretty soon. But
There's a minimum. There's a
we're
minimum.
gonna there's a
I'm not trying.
minimum.
Yeah, I'm not sending this out for less than. I mean, 1,000 stars would be like your minimum bet to get this. I mean, seriously, a
I
thousand
see
stars.
you. I see
That's
you.
but let's be real with them. That's $10. This you're not going to see this again. You can't even find it online. Go ahead and try. You can't. Go
It's
ahead
a
and try.
patch. Make sure you check with your chapter leader before ironing that on your suit. Just we don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
We had
So,
we had one last topic, right?
no, we had two. We still have two more topics, Ted.
Oh, go for it. What's the next one?
The next one is Spirit Halloween is back in business, dude.
You're right. You're right.
Spirit Halloween is back in business. Ghost fever is in the air. We've already had a restock on our favorite product of all time, the Deluxe Spirit Proton Pack. It's incredible. Hopefully, kits are flying off the shelf. I hope Spongeface and Franken Geek are selling out right now. I hope people are in the process of, at this moment, putting together some new proton packs to have everything set and ready for Halloween. I'm hoping when I go out, because I'm going to do a couple river walks. I'm going to do a few river walks for sure. I'm going to try to organize something with Six Flags to when we're at their Fright Nights, that we could kind of be out walking around and mitigating some of the danger. And I just really want to push and go. And Spirit Halloween being open has revitalized me.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm about to go Flip City. I'm about to go Flip City right now.
Well, okay.
Scotty said there's no stars contest tonight. Scotty said don't even worry about any sort of tie or contest. Scotty just dropped 10,000 stars on the stream.
That's $100.
Scotty just dropped 10,000 stars, everybody. Holy cow. Holy cow. I'm going to say it's his already. Like, I wanted to stop there. Scotty, the patch is yours, sir.
I mean, if
And
you
I'm
want it. But somebody could outbid you, Scotty. I'm just saying. Somebody out there.
Wow. Scott, that's amazing, sir. That is amazing. Shout out to Scotty.
Yeah, I was actually hoping that I wouldn't have to give this away. No, actually, I'm kind of pissed. I just picked it up and I was like, "Hey, I'll give this away." Now I don't really want to give it away.
Done. Yeah.
It's over with now. I lost the bet.
Scotty's in the chat, says you deserve it. You gentlemen deserve it. What do we tell you about this guy?
Whatever.
One
Scott.
of a kind. One of a kind. Seriously, he is.
So
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go for it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Our fans are more important than anything else. Spirit Halloween is back open. And now we're looking at things that we could possibly spruce up with for Halloween. Maybe you've already started your Ghostbuster journey and the family isn't quite on board yet. Maybe you're trying to pitch some ideas for a nice, good family Halloween. Spirit has back in stock hundreds and thousands of our favorites, the kids' costumes, Ted. I know that those are very popular. The paranormal badge I know is really popular. The walkie-talkie, guys. If you're trying to put together a good, nice, affordable Ghostbusters cosplay, grab that walkie-talkie, peel off the sticker they put on it, and then Moby Stickers and a few other folks make the actual Motorola sticker that you can put onto there. And you can almost not tell the difference. I mean, while the walkie-talkies are in stock, grab those. It's a good, cheap cosplay upgrade that you can really make look good for cheap. Did I oversell it? I'm sorry, Ted.
No, you're fine. I'm happy because like whenever have you imagined we would get a possessed Dana costume? Like that's how you know
Yeah.
that's how you know Ghostbuster fans are eating good right now. We're getting Dana as Zool costumes for maybe the first time ever in a major costume store.
Easy. Easy first time ever, and that's actually what me and Lauren went last Halloween, and she made her own, and this one is and hers was really good. And the only thing I would say about this one I don't love too much is that it's a little more orange. I feel like it was kind of more red in the movie, the Dana costume. I feel
I
like her
would agree
dress
with
was
that.
kind of more red. That whole thing is kind of this copper color. I think she just had like kind of a copper sash wrapped around, but it was more of a red dress. That's my only holdback on this one. I think your girl could go to TJ Maxx or Ross or anything and grab a dress kind of like this, hop over to the Michaels or any sort of fabric store and grab a copper type fabric and then just make that into a sash. And it's going to look a lot better than this one, going to be honest.
Yeah, the color that they list is gold, and you're right. It should be more. There should be more of a red tone to it. If
Yeah.
they're going for something that's 100% accurate, I'm happy we're getting it at all.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna criticize it or anything like that. Oh, it also comes with the wig, so you get the Dana wig.
Oh, yeah. The
Uh,
curly hair.
s-
Yeah.
yeah, and scarf as well.
Yeah.
All right.
But still, I think you can make it on your own. I'll post pictures into the group after this, and this costume maybe cost us $17. I'll post it in the chat afterwards. But if you want a good Dana costume, the Zool Dana just possessed, it's great. But again, that walkie-talkie killer. Buy as many as you can.
And the packs at the moment are currently sold out. We
Yeah.
apologize.
But they're in stores. I think they just shut down online sales to keep the stores from having to ship everything out. And I've seen a
Ooh.
lot of people purchasing them at physical locations. So don't let that keep you from going to your local store and seeing if they have things in because it doesn't show that it's available online. Because they still need some retail sales because they have to pay the rent on the buildings they just bought from a closed out Kmart.
We also have the cartoon versions of Venkman and Egon. Like, how amazing is
Yeah,
this right now?
it's great. I just wish they would have included the Lewis Tully.
They've had it. They've had it. I
Yeah.
think they had it last year for sure. I honestly might check out what type of material this is at the store just in case.
Ted, just get the same Carhartt one that you have in that color, and then we can just make you cuffs and collars in that forest green.
I totally could. I totally could. I want to be sure. I want to check it out. You know,
Yeah,
I got to
it's
support the franchise
it's a good
sometimes.
real Ghostbusters representation. I mean, if
And
if you're just gonna wear that to your holiday, I mean, you're not gonna cosplay in this, but if you're just wearing it to your Halloween party, it is way more than passable.
it also comes with the Venkman wig. Hello, like seriously?
Is that the Figment wig? It would have the cul what is it, like the pre cul-de-sac? Like the hair comes down a little bit in the middle, but then it sort of circles off here at the edges. Yeah,
Something
see,
like that.
that's not a Figment.
It's close. Scott says, Ted, you would be a much better model. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Scott.
Well, Ted is a model citizen. We know that.
That's what it is. This guy's much taller than me, though, so maybe that's why they chose him.
Yeah. But he's still handsome, Ted, but not quite as handsome as you. Scott hit it on the button.
This is a great stream. What a great stream tonight.
Yeah. And then
It's
so
Friday, and we're looking at cartoon costumes on spirit.com website. Love it.
yeah. But we have one last topic before we get out of here.
And what is that?
That is round 2 of the
Ooh.
previously known as the Franken Gang Proton Pack Beauty Contest, now known as the Ghostheads Radio Proton Pack Beauty Contest. And we're going to be taking submissions. I want all of the submissions in by Friday next week. And it's going to be quick, but I want videos. And we saw how the last one went. We know, Ben Rollins definitely came in with some, Spielberg-esque footage. I don't think we need that every time. But let's put some effort into it. Take the next week or so. Give me a few videos. We're gonna send those to frankandgang@gmail.com. You know the email. Send it over, frankandgang@gmail.com. And I'm going to probably start the contest the Friday after the submission date. So next Friday, I want submissions in, and then the contest will start the Friday after that. And it's
Do we know what the prize is?
it's a. What am I looking for?
We don't know what the prize is.
It is a screen used Miller Lite can, uncrushed. No, but honestly, in all honestness,
It'll be a fantastic prize, I'm sure.
Well, let me get it out of the closet. Hold on, I'll show you.
Are you serious? I was just joking. You have one right now? Drum roll, please, wherever you're at. Let me do one too. It's Miller time, Scott says. There's a long drum roll, Maddie. You can't hear me right now. Oh my God. Say it ain't so. Look at that, folks. First prize will be a Spirit Halloween Deluxe Proton Pack. Boom. Now that grabs everybody's attention. Are you listening now? Are you listening now? It just got serious. Woo!
I bought two. I got two.
So they've already seen it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let them know.
Yeah, I kind of
Let
want to
them
start.
know.
I kind of want to start another one. Like,
I
I'm
thought
kind
we
of
are
bored.
starting another one. Oh, modding another one.
Yeah, another pack. Yeah. But
Back
anyways,
to the tourney. Grand prize is a Spirit Deluxe Proton Pack. That's pretty awesome, sir.
well, we have to do what we have to do, and I wanted to keep the prize around the same amount of money. So the last prize was about $89, and so is this.
There you go.
So I wanted to keep it around the same, but because it's Ghostheads and because everyone wants to do things their own way, I wanted to see what maybe in 2 years when we do another Proton Pack beauty contest, if this pack turned into something, right? Like,
Right.
can it take a journey? And
Absolutely.
so that's the goal of everything. So, it is what it is. Obviously, the stars help these types of things, guys. So if you like the contest and you like all of these things, help the guys out, bud. Buy the merch. I don't know if you saw it. The
Bum,
real
bum.
Geekcasters, baby. And we can keep these contests going all year. We'll do one through Christmas. We'll do one through New Year's. We'll do one through St. Patrick's Day. We'll keep them coming. I promise you.
Absolutely. And let's see. More information to be coming out soon. Follow the Ghostheads Facebook group. Follow the Franken Gang Facebook group as well, I'm sure. We're still waiting on release dates for all the Ghostbusters games because I'm so down for this tournament style for
Where is it,
that,
Dan? Where is it?
I have no idea where these games are at, but they need to hurry up because I'm getting a little anxious now. I want to play some Ghostbuster games. I've played the real Ghostbusters games like 1,000 times already, so I need something new. Yeah, pretty excited. So stay tuned. Check out the Facebook groups for more information regarding the tournament for the Proton Packs. Grand Prize, Deluxe Proton Pack from Spirit Halloween. I also have a pretty cool interview that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. I will not say. Ooh, should I say who it is?
Yeah, I think you should say who it is, dude.
I'll say who it is. All right. If anybody is a fan of the Jeepers Creepers franchise, I am going to be doing an interview in the next couple of weeks with the individual who played the Creeper in the first
Oh yeah.
2 iterations. So Jonathan Breck is his name. He was killer as the Creeper on screen. No pun intended. The Creeper is like one of my all-time favorite sort of monster um, type characters that we've seen ever. Like that's probably the last major origin unique monster that we've seen. Everything else has just sort of been repetitive or like a version of a version. But the Creeper was like terrifying when it first came out. So Jonathan Breck is his name. Hope to interview him the next week or two. That should be a great interview because a new film is on the way. Jonathan is not involved with it, but it would be great to get his take on the new film that's coming out, as well as his experience on the last couple, the first two that came out. And so, yeah, great interview. And don't forget, if you want to meet the Ghostbusters of San Antonio, we will be at Rolling Oaks Mall on Sunday from 1 to 3. It is the, what do they call it, the Sci-Fi Fest?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. Sci-Fi Fest
Sci-Fi
at
Fest.
Rolling Oaks Mall. Several of the Ghostbusters will be there, and it should be a good time. I think we're actually really packed out through a lot of these next few months, right? I mean, we have like 9 events in 2 months.
We have a ton of events, which most of them are either for charity or the events were going because there's been donations made for the charities that that we represent or follow. We don't own our own charities. We just support charities you've heard of, like Meals on Wheels. So we come to events whenever donations are made toward those charities, and we're sort of the grand prize whenever you make those donations.
The grand prize.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, a lot of great events that we're going to be talking about each and every week. We will keep you guys updated. And the one I'm looking forward to the most is we're going to be in a river parade in San Antonio at the end of September.
The
Uh,
designs for our float are insane.
the designs for the float. Listen, when they come to you and say, "What do you guys want on the float?"
Yeah,
and we're just like, "What? This is how this works?" Like
yeah.
we weren't expecting the red carpet rolled out or anything, but
There's going to be an Ecto Ghostbusters on. There's going to be lights. The design they sent back. We'll release it soon, closer to. There
do
might be
we?
some
We
changes.
don't. We
Nah.
don't. I will show people photos after it's done, but I don't want to spoil it. I really don't, folks. I
Oof, yeah,
apologize, but
it's
if you want
insane.
to see it, you're gonna have to see us there. I want people to be there, cheering and also music. I need to talk about you guys regarding music because that's one of the major aspects of a successful float,
Yeah,
and I'm sure we all want something that we can jam out to for this river parade.
yeah,
Lots of great things coming up. We can't wait to talk about it. We can't wait to be a part of it. We can't wait to see you guys in person. Also, be sure to follow us, Countdown to the Geeks, on TikTok as well as Facebook because we will have way more events going on, and we can't wait to talk to you guys about it. Amber's in the chat says, "Hey, let's party." Sorry, this account got hacked. What?
sus.
That's funny. That's awesome. What's up, Amber? Thanks for joining us. And yeah, we can't wait. Sorry about joining at the very last minute, but we're just finishing up here. Can't wait. So much happening, so much to talk about. We'll see you guys next week for the Ghostheads Radio Show. My name is Steady. Joining me as always is one and only Matty B.
Scotty.
Shout out again to Spaceshift Records. Appreciate coming out with the GB2 cover album. If
Oh
you
yeah,
haven't seen what we're talking about yet, go to Instagram, Spaceshift Vinyl, to see the videos for the 16-bit album. Get the pre-order now. It's only $35. You save yourself $5. The River of Slime album is out. Go jam out to it. That's what we're going to go